Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey folks, looking for a whole new thing to be into?
Well, check this and check it out. We're the Sloppy Boys.
And we're basically like pretty much the new classic guys.
We were in a comedy group called the Birthday Boys with Bob Odenkirk, and now we're an indie band and we have a podcast about the drinks of the summer, like the Gator Bite or the Grape Gorilla.
And we have guests that are music people like Jeff Rosenstock or Stefan from the band Pup, or comedy people like Tom Sharpling or Mitch from Doughboys.
Yeah, dude.
We talk about TV and movies and music like Turnstile or King Giz, and it's completely kind of cool.
Ooh.
Give it a listen and check it out to see what you think. But don't forget that we're the new classic guys.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Movie Oubliette, the film review podcast for movies that most people have mercifully forgotten.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Conrad, and in each episode, we drag a forsaken film out of the oubliette,
Discuss it and judge it to decide whether it should be set free
or whether it should be thrown back and consigned to oblivion forever. We review the films others tend to forget. Come with us and open up the movie oubliette. Welcome to episode 179 of Movie Oubliette, the cross-continental podcast for forgotten fantastical films with me, Conrad, melting into a puddle in Cambridge, UK.
Yes, and me, Dan, learning the trials and tribulations of cooking for children in Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, treacherous. We focus on forgotten fantasy, sci-fi and horror films because we love intergalactic surfing, Chris Evans on fire, and Jessica Alba being unexpectedly naked.
Ooh, do we? Hello, Conrad. How are you?
I'm not so bad. I say it every time. I'm warm. There's a heat wave here.
Yeah.
It's pretty horrible. But, yeah. It's that time of year, I guess. And you're cooking for children.
Yeah, well, I've got my nephews staying with us at the moment. And yes, kids are tricky to cook for. Because we're vegetarian in this household. And so there's that as well. They do like eating meat, and veggies they're not that picky, though, I have to say. Like, they do eat vegetables. And it's kind of funny because there are certain types of food that they just can't have. So, like salad, it doesn't seem to work for them. Or anything using a knife and fork, because I think they're still pretty young, so their dexterity isn't that great. But, yeah, it's been a challenge.
Okay, so what is it? All sort of like soft things and spoons?
Soft things, but because my sister and my nephews they live in Italy, so they're used to Italian food. So pasta is fine. Anything that's familiar like that is completely fine. But as soon as you do something a little bit different, it's like, what is this? What is this? What is this?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember when I had a French exchange student when I was a kid at school, because that was something you do in the UK. We have French exchange students.
Oh, yes, of course.
And we put out like a British salad, which is where you put out lots of dishes with lots of different things, and you pick little bits or what have you. And of course, in France, you have such a thing as a salade de tomate, which is just tomatoes. Okay. So our French student just picked up the bowl of tomatoes and just dumped the whole thing on his plate.
Wow.
just ate all of it.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Should we say something?
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, we just left him to it. So it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we should get into the mailbag for today. What have our listeners been saying to us?
Well, they've been all talking about Superman Returns.
Ooh.
Leighton Eversole said, Returns is a fascinating movie for me because while I don't particularly like it as a whole, I can listen endlessly to discussions about it.
Ah, Yeah. It is one of those films where, the sort of the production and everything about it is more interesting than the film itself.
Yeah, the story behind the movie is more interesting than the movie. It's often the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our good friend Michael French said, Kate Bosworth's Lois is as forgettable as a bruised banana.
Right. I mean, it's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Kate. And of course, we heard from Serge of Cold Crash Pictures. Hello, Serge.
Oh, hello, Serge.
Glad to have you back. He said, this might be my favourite film of 2006 that took me 19 years to rewatch. There are plenty of stumbles. It's too long, and Kate Bosworth is miscast, but then so would any 22-year-old. But I love the tone, the confidence of the production, and the idea that this take on Superman wasn't focus tested or pre-approved by a message board.
Ah, yes.
Very true. So thanks for getting in touch, everyone. We do love hearing from you.
Yeah, we do.
So Dan, will we be doing a superhero today by any chance?
Oh, well, you might be on to something. I'll go fetch it. Oh, I'm at a wedding.
Oh.
Looks like a celebrity wedding almost.
Oh, I'm glad you wore a tie.
Yeah, I'm on top of the Baxter building. Oh no, there's a helicopter hurtling towards us.
Oh no.
Here's the movie. I'll quickly get out of here.
Oh, I'm so hot for you right now.
Wow, helicopter weddings.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, thank goodness. So what do you have, Dan?
So today I have, the superhero film Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007. It's directed by Tim Story with writing credits from Don Payne, Mark Frost, John Turman, based on characters by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. It stars Ewan Griffith. I had to look up how to pronounce his name. Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, Michael Chiklis, Kerry Washington, Andre Braugher, voice acting from Lawrence Fishburne, and also Doug Jones.
Ah, yes. So what happens in this movie?
Well, Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, is coming. However, our Fantastic Four are much too busy preparing for Sue and Reed's wedding to address extreme global weather anomalies like frozen seas or mile-wide ominous craters. But when their ceremony is gatecrashed by the heralder of Galactus, the matter-manipulating and cosmic-blasting Silver Surfer, they cannot ignore the impending Armageddon. You know, things are really dire as the miraculous resurrected Dr. Doom returns to assist them. But as the Fan Four learn more about the Surfer, they realize that maybe he is more friend than foe, and the true destroyer of worlds is fast approaching. The final act builds to a climax with a Dr. Doom betrayal, Fan Four power swapping, and of course, the Fantastica. Will Sue and Reed ever get their magical wedding, or will Galactus add one more planet to his menu? We'll find out after the break.
We will indeed, and we'll be joined by two very special guests.
Ah, yes.
Joining us today are two wonderful people who put the appreciation back into film appreciation. Our fellow Kevin Costner fan club members and returning champions, Zoe Wells and Mikey Neumann. Welcome back.
Hey.
Hello.
It's wonderful to have you back. How have you been?
Busy.
Yeah, busy. No, I have a kid. I'm always busy, so.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
And Mikey, I wanted to talk about your two most recent excellent video essays, excellent as always. One of them very relevant to today's conversation because you chart the rise and fall of Marvel.
Yeah, I think I talk about this movie, not as in-depth as I'm about to talk about it, as the biggest fan of Rise of the Silver Surfer in the world. Number one fan.
It's an excellent video essay, and I highly recommend it to listeners because you chart the rise and fall of the MCU as symptomatic of wider trends in Hollywood mainstream filmmaking and even global capitalism, which simultaneously felt like something that blew my mind, but also felt so self-evident. I should have known it already.
You could extrapolate anything I say about like what's happening with Marvel and Disney and extrapolate it to video games. You could extrapolate it to TV. You could it's every industry is experiencing the same thing.
Yeah. And then to pick us up, you followed it up with a video essay on Kingdom of Heaven, which is my secret favorite Ridley Scott movie.
It is not so secretly my favorite Ridley Scott movie. And I saw the original in the theater, so I'm allowed to be like, it wasn't a good film until Blu-ray sort of saved it there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have the 4K to enjoy it in now, which I was so excited about.
Yes.
But we should cast our minds back to the early days of the format, 2007, when we were all a little bit younger. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer in 2007, a very different time for superhero movies. Zoe, what is your relationship with this movie? How did it enter your life?
Well, I would have been in high school in 2007, and I'm sure I saw it because, like, what else do high schoolers do? You watch a pretty Chris Evans be kind of a dick, and then you go and finish your AP history homework.
It was his dick era.
Yes, which I actually miss. Sam and I talked about this. Like, he was so good at being an asshole, and then we had to make him Captain America. Like, between Johnny and his character in Scott Pilgrim.
Lucas Lee.
Oh, such a beautiful time for him to be an asshole. And I miss that. I do.
Do you watch Knives Out every weekend? Like, oh,
No,
you
Sam
revisited it for one simple moment.
Yeah, Sam reminded me of that. It's been a while since I watched the first Knives Out. And I was like, oh, man, yeah, he was also a dick and beautiful in that too. Amazing.
But he has great sweaters.
Yes. Sam actually hunted down one of those sweaters. We went to like 4 LL Beans to try to find the Knives Out sweater, and it was all sold out everywhere.
Oh, the chunky cable knit.
Yeah.
Chunky Cable Knit's my rap name.
And how about you, Mikey? Do you fondly remember this? Is this one that got a regular spin in your house?
I do, but I was already sort of like Film Michael at this point where I was like absorbing information about movies. And I was like, true story, obsessed with the barbershop movies, like both of them. I was like, yo. So then Tim Story goes off from making these masterpieces and directs Fantastic Four, which I was like, it was kind of there. I didn't make you watch that one.
Yeah.
We watched the sequel where it all kind of, I think it congeals really well and also uses all the building blocks of like Fantastic Four in the same way that like Spider-Man is Uncle Ben, MJ, like Fantastic Four is Galactus, Fantasticar, Silver Surfer. So maybe I just spoiled the new movie, I guess is really where this is going.
Yeah, I actually watched them both back to back as a double bill.
I love it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I love it.
But I mean, it has to be said, you can do that in 3 hours. When could you ever say that about a superhero movie these days?
That's true. It's a YouTube broke us. It's all about time watched, right? Watch time.
Indeed, yeah. This movie's only like 91 minutes long or something, which is just
bad for streaming. Get it out of here.
So how about you, Dan? What's your history with the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I mean, both movies, I'm pretty sure I've seen the first one before, but the second one, I don't think I had actually seen the whole movie. I think I saw maybe half an hour of it because I'm watching it again now. Don't recall any of it. No. And I had to do what you did, Conrad. I had to watch both of them because I don't remember the first one either.
No.
But yeah, I think it is an improvement on the first one. The first one isn't much of a movie. There's like 2 action scenes and then a whole lot of like, how do we get used to these powers? Oh, everything is wrong for like most of the movie. And then you have the big Doom fight scene at the end, and that's it. Whereas this one has a lot more action. I appreciated that. I thought the effects weren't that bad.
No.
I think they actually kind of hold up.
Corridor Crew, I think, did a thing on like how ahead of their time they are. There's a few YouTube videos about it.
Yeah. I think it's Weta Digital did the effects for this.
Yeah.
They're kind of good. Like, some of the scenes are really good.
I'd say the practical effects are also good. Like, I do not hate foam suit, the thing, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I thought that was really great, especially with how frequently they went back and forth between like his human form and his thing form.
Yeah.
You could not do that with the actor they have in the newest one, right? I forget his name because
the guy from The Bear.
I don't really remember actor names, but like he is much taller, much more slender. And like not built like the thing.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they actually practically made a suit and also like then tailored him a tuxedo to go over that suit. Like they really did a lot to make him look as believable as possible. And I found him the most charming character in the movie.
Yeah.
Because Chris Evans was also there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think also they re-engineered the suit for Michael Chiklis this time around because I think the cracks are deeper, but it's so that there's some ventilation there, and also they designed it so it was easier to get in and out of, so he could go to the bathroom and so on. So, you know, they'd made some steps, but yeah, the practical stuff really holds up. I quite like the Silver Surfer when he's tarnished, and I think it's Doug Jones, the Guillermo del Toro regular.
Yeah.
Isn't Doug Jones also the motion capture for the Surfer?
I think he is,
Yeah,
so he's the Surfer both in rubber form and CGI form.
Because Lawrence Fishburne is the voice.
Yeah, it's great.
That shocked me because I forgot that thing and I was like, oh, hello, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah, I forgot how many people were in this actually.
Yeah, I was looking at the cast and I was like, this should, by all rights, be like a decent movie, right? Like just the actors that are in it. And I would not say that it was a decent movie, at least in terms of what the actors were given. I think the special effects were beautiful, but there was so little character in any of the characters. They kind of all fit their one archetype, and that was it. And so they couldn't really show their acting abilities, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Except for Michael Chiklis. Hilarious.
I mean, I do really like, RIP Julian McMahon as Doom. I thought he does a pretty good Doom. And although he's brought back in this movie and doesn't do a lot, he's just like the third act villain because they needed a villain.
Yep.
Because Silver Surfer is no longer the villain.
Yeah, and Galactus is a cloud.
Yeah, I mean, a cloud's not a very interesting villain, right?
Yeah.
No, well, they tried the Neverending Story, but even then they had to spawn a wolf to make it more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what do we think about the casting of the Fantastic Four? I've always had a problem with Jessica Alba as Sue Storm. I don't know. I think she's miscast.
Okay, my real question. Do you think she was miscast, or do you think her costuming brings her into like the realm of unrealistic? Because those contacts were so challenging to look at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like something in blue?
And she had blue eyeshadow on in every scene.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was to justify the contacts, to be like, no, see, blue is her thing, obviously. And I don't think it helped. Between the tone of her blonde hair and the tone of her eyes, it was like uncanny valley of like, you're supposed to be so like stereotypically beautiful, and I'm also scared to look at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like, I don't think she's necessarily a bad actor, but like, I think what they did to her was unfair with the costumes.
Fair.
To add to that, if you watch some of the behind the scenes, which Deadpool and Wolverine lovingly plays up at the end of their movie, the crew and even some of the cast and like production talk about her as the sex object they need in the movie to like go again. Like, it sucks.
Wow.
So like, she did way more with given nothing, even though it's like terrible. I want to give her all the defense in the world. If you want to see amazing Jessica Alba, go watch Dark Angel.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I found the sexualization of her way worse in the first movie, where every top she's wearing is revealing. This one, it's still not great. And yeah, she doesn't look like a real person in every scene, and it's weird.
It's invisible.
and that's it. Is like, I am a sucker for wedding dresses and like wedding looks, and like the half veil was beautiful and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't like looking at you right now. You're like half Barbie doll, half almost human. It was, I don't know. Her contacts were my real issue. They did not do it for me.
Yeah. She's wearing a wig in this one as well, right? Because there are some scenes where like, that's definitely not your hair.
What is it with Fantastic Four Sue Storms wearing bad wigs? This is a recurring curse, Marvel. Yeah. A recursal, if you will.
Yeah. And in terms of her character, her arc seems to be, I want to get married and have children.
And are we allowed to talk about the sort of ending in the movie where she like fake dies?
Sure.
Yeah. So like the whole movie, she's like sits around failing the Bechdel test to like whatever she can.
Yeah.
When she's alone in a room, she fails the Bechdel test. It's truly baffling.
Well, I don't know. I was going to ask you this. Does she pass the Bechdel test because two women sit in a room alone and they talk about a zit?
If the zit is ultimately material to them finding a man, no, fail.
No, it's true.
If it's implied Bechdel failure, no. This movie fails it a lot.
Yeah.
In the male gaze alone.
I think I stopped this movie 3 times within the first 20 minutes.
I'm so sorry.
To just be like, hey, why do they hate women?
It was 2007.
Girl, I hear you. But at one point, I think it was the wedding scene when Reed Richards was like, can we just skip to the end? I'm like, why do you hate your wife? Like, what did she do to you? It was just like, why are we treating women this way? And specifically, I know we'll talk about this later. We talk about like our favorite quotes. The only quote I have written down in my notes is, they're not exotic dancers. They're just hot. And I was like, okay. Yeah, that's how we'll talk about women within the first 15 minutes of this film. Okay.
I did legitimately forget how 2007 this movie really. I was also like, I'm so sorry, Zoe. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, like, ultimately she ends up being the hero, right? So, like, she's the only person who, like, I don't know, takes a second to talk to somebody, which is wonderful. But also them constantly being like, well, you can't tell Sue. No, don't tell Sue this. I'm like, or open communication is how relationships happen. But whatever. Fine.
The film comes at an inflection point between two distinct eras of superhero cinema. It's pre-MCU. Every franchise had to establish its own distinct identity without the benefits of a shared universe. So you had the darker, more grounded tones of Nolan's Batman trilogy going on. You had Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, which balanced spectacle and family-oriented fun with a tongue-in-cheek approach with some character drama. This film actually went up against Spider-Man 3.
Masterpiece.
In the cinemas, and it didn't fare particularly well. I mean, it almost got as much back at the box office as the original, but not enough for Fox to greenlight a third movie. And then the next year you get Iron Man, and the MCU is born.
Which, if there were plans for a third movie, they definitely ended on that day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what are the big differences you spot between this and the MCU films?
I feel like it's still kind of campy. Like the suits and the quips and everything. It's still 90s Batman silliness, but with a more sort of serious tone. I mean, the end of the world with Galactus is pretty dire. It doesn't have the same seriousness as more modern Marvel movies. So I found it kind of funny. Like there were a lot of comedic moments, not just dumb one-liners, but like physical comedy in this movie, especially with the powers.
So question to you two that just watched the first movie. So like a way I see the Fantastic Four is it fits into like the Spider-Man universe, and like you have Dark Knight, you're about to have Iron Man. It sort of happens to Fantastic Four because Rise of the Silver Surfer is marketed as this more serious, less campy. It's a weird, like, mutant version of whatever, you know, but like...
It is, yeah.
It does, I think, speak to, you were too silly the first time, be more serious. And I think this is we didn't quite get to Iron Man level of, well, enjoy. We're going to reboot this a couple times. Give us a minute.
It is, yeah, it's transitionary, isn't it? Because they have upped the stakes to whole world ending rather than just a bit of a spat with one of their colleagues.
Yeah.
The whole planet is about to be destroyed by a cloud that seems to need bowling ball grips in the earth before he can pull it off for some reason.
Yeah.
There was also this, like, this is a late 2000s thing where, oh, Galactus is going to be in a movie. Everybody gets excited. But he's not really good, because, like, we're scared to make a big, metal man crush through his town.
Yeah.
But they still, like, paid homage. Did you notice? Because I didn't remember this originally, but, like, in the cloud
on Saturn,
you can see the shape of Galactus, and, like, that's fine enough to make the fans happy. What's that? I don't know. I just thought it was like, you pleased absolutely no one by doing this, and it's funny to me. Just make big silly Galactus.
Yeah. I mean, I think Tim Story did mention in the commentary that he wanted to kind of allude to Galactus for the next movie to have the big reveal of Galactus. That's his reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't want a giant robot being god thing with a weird helmet appearing above Earth, and he had the cloud instead.
It's also very expensive.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
there is that.
At the time, 100%. I think as well, this seems to be one of the first superhero movies that has that kind of cosmic aspect.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy didn't come out until years and years later, and that kind of solidified, okay, we're fine with cosmic now. We're fine with aliens and spaceships and other planets.
That's true.
Whereas I don't know whether any superhero movies had that yet. I think this was the first, maybe. I could be totally wrong.
When does Green Lantern happen? Because that's also Demon Space Cloud.
Yeah, Parallax, right? 2011.
Oh, wow,
So
later.
Okay.
still 4 years away.
That was the new meta as of this movie, was Killer Space Cloud.
Yeah. So I think maybe they were just too reluctant to go all out on cosmic. We still need Doctor Doom in this movie to have like a villain that's a human being. We can't purely rely on, hey, cosmic cloud, because people aren't ready for that.
Okay, let me sound ignorant. I did not read the comic books. I didn't really know much about the Fantastic Four prior to this movie, and my mom telling me she read the comic books. So, like, as somebody who had no ties to Galactus, I actually think the, like, giant living cloud that destroys the rings of Saturn looked dope as hell.
Yeah.
It did look insanely cool.
And like I thought it was well done. It did confuse me with like the giant holes in the ground. I don't know why clouds need those.
Yeah.
But like from a place of like ignorance of that character, I actually think it was kind of a more welcoming version of this, because if you put a giant purple metal planet eating man in front of me, I'd be like, okay, so none of this is serious.
We're about to find out.
We're not taking this serious at all.
Yeah.
That's fair. For me, I actually thought Galactus was one of the better parts and of the movie. And same with Silver Surfer, because they were alien, but they were like believably big. I think the scale of Galactus really needed to be that big. And also I just really like the Silver Surfer, except for when he falls in love with Sue for no reason. I don't know. But I think them being aliens and not being as like cartoony lent some credence to the threat.
Yeah, I agree. I love the Silver Surfer as well, because there was a lot of gray area with what is right and wrong, or good and evil. He was just the herald of Galactus. He was just the guy that goes to the planet and says, hey,
grab a carpet square, let's go.
This one's good.
But he was just doing his job. He didn't realize the sort of gravity of the situation, that he's actually killing millions and millions of life forms. But, you know, it's his job. And then he gets a conscience. And how does he defeat Galactus? I wasn't sure how.
He kind of flies in there and he uses late 2000s Bloom special effects to really. He kind of just I really don't know. He does something, and it's very bright.
Yeah. I mean, I loved his powers as well. Being able to, I think he's able to manipulate matter. So he just goes through things. He just phases through buildings.
That chase scene with Johnny Storm where the Silver Surfer just goes through a building. I'm like, yeah, this is a superhero movie. Like, this is not something you would see every day. And so, no, I actually think the Silver Surfer and his powers were used like in a very smart way, in the fact that it's like, you humans won't get it. So don't try.
Yeah.
Because he has like ultimate power thanks to his surfboard.
Incredibly powerful. And yeah, so they discover that all his power comes from the surfboard, which I don't think is in the comics. I think it's purely in this movie only. And they managed to somehow get him off the surfboard with that device.
And then he turned into charcoal.
Yeah.
And I like the tarnished Silver Surfer and how he is as a character as well without his powers.
Yeah.
I just talk about that one moment Zoe was just talking about. I found the shot when they cut to wide on like Earth, and Earth just having a good time, but like Galactus is this like maelstrom cornucopia of death.
Oh,
and it's already swallowed some of the Earth, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow night thinking about that one. One of the greatest shots ever. Like, say what you will about the rest of the movie, that one I was like, 2025.
Yeah. No, it is impressive. The odd thing is, though, it is still balanced with more of a family-friendly air about it. But I suppose, I mean, all of these things are supposed to be 4-quadrant films, aren't they?
Right.
Even the MCU now is supposed to be getting everybody in the theatre. Mm-hmm. But it does skew young, or at least I felt it when I was watching it. Maybe I'm just getting old. But I did feel as though the humour felt quite young.
Yeah, I don't know. I appreciated the humor. I like the weird things with the powers, how Reed gets like crushed behind Ben with the rock. That's kind of funny.
Yes.
I liked how Sue like traps him into force field panes of glass.
Because that's the only way she can have a decent conversation with him, is to literally trap him in place.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the comedy. I was a bit disappointed that they got Sue naked again. As a gag. It's like, oh, really?
Jessica Alba cannot do a movie when they're like interior, bathroom, shower scene, nighttime. There's a wine on the like every single movie she's in has that. I hate it. It sucks.
Yeah.
Sin City has
From
it.
my
Like, it's
very
everywhere.
rudimentary search of history on the Fantastic Four, like that's sort of Sue's character. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She was gonna go be an actress, and then she started dating Reed, who she met when she was 17. So it's just like they dated later.
Okay.
It was later when she was in college that they started dating.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I'm sorry.
TM, allegedly TM.
Sorry. Because I was like, how did she and her brother end up there? Like, they must also be smart. No, she was Reed's girlfriend, and they went with him.
Oh.
To space.
Yeah, I don't really know what Johnny does for a living. He's just pretty or something. Like, there's a deleted scene where he owns a franchise shop, a toy shop or something.
He does like promotion.
It's like,
that's like his thing.
He's just promoting his brand as the Human
Yeah,
Torch.
that's why, like in the new trailer, he's doing the copper tone.
Right.
Because like Johnny Storm likes money and women and never taking anything seriously, and I feel like I nailed it there a little bit.
Yeah. I found it weird though. This movie starts off as if they're like world famous.
Yeah.
Like they've been, I guess, saving the world over and over again that you never see. Like there's no flashbacks of anything. Like I'm confused.
The number of times it was like, oh, and these weird anomalies where like the entire ocean froze. But also, have you heard of this wedding? Guys!
Off the chain.
And it's like, how is that the same sentence? Like they can't.
There was a comma.
Yeah, the level of their fame I found truly perplexing because it was like the royal wedding level of excitement. And I can't think of a celebrity that has that same level of excitement. Now, I also don't pay as much attention to celebrities, but like literally their whole thing is like they're going to get married.
Yeah.
And that was what made them famous. I don't know. It was very weird.
It is very
I guess
royal.
Our closest comparison is Bezos closing down the whole of Venice for his wedding recently.
Yeah, that went great for him.
Yeah, it did. Everyone really thought well of them both for that.
They were cheering. That's what you heard.
That's what that was. All that noise.
Ooh, I love you. Ooh.
Yeah, Europeans just love it when Americans treat them like Disneyland. I mean, there is a little bit of that in this movie because it is very much like sort of the Superman, the Donner movies, or more likely the Richard Lester movies, where the world is reduced to picture postcard tourism spots.
Yeah.
So there is, of course, the London Eye sequence, which was supposed to be at the beginning of the film. So they were supposed to do a big rescue scene after the opening titles and then get on a plane to come home again afterwards, which would have made more sense in sort of the why are they so famous? Oh, it's because they keep going around the world doing these amazing things. So there's the London Eye scene and then there's the Great Wall of China a bit later as well. Yeah. I did enjoy the London Eye scene because they do point out that not a single member of the cast and crew set foot in London during the making of this movie.
That's wild. That's very impressive because I think that was one of my favorite scenes because you actually get to see them show off their powers.
Yeah.
When Sue does the like force field to hold up the entire London Eye, I'm like, oh shit. She's like one of the most powerful superheroes and you treat her like an object more than a human. What are we doing here? Like, that seems very dangerous.
Yeah, I found Sue's powers really interesting because she used them very creatively. And also, she has powers I didn't know she had. Like, I know she can turn herself invisible, but now she can turn anything invisible.
Oh, yeah.
She can turn a zit invisible, a mobile phone invisible, a wall invisible. I didn't know that was possible. And the force field powers, like being able to trap people in bubbles to incapacitate them.
Yeah,
cool.
she did.
Yeah.
I would not mess with her.
Yeah, and in the London Eye scene, when she runs out of ledge to walk on, she starts just force fielding platforms that she can stand on. And I think in the comics she can fly because she like makes a force field around her and then levitates herself.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Her powers are very, very impressive. Everyone else is just kind of the same as the first movie. I don't think they've increased their powers. Maybe Johnny can fly better. Maybe. That's about it.
Yeah.
His fire special effect looks better. They're about
It does.
5 years. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
It's because they're using real fire elements, aren't they? Rather than trying to create CG fire in 2007.
Like they were doing screen effecting in a bunch of little video of flames.
Oh, wow. I mean, talking about powers, at one point, Johnny touches the Silver Surfer or something happens where he now, once touched, swaps powers. So we've got swapping powers in this movie.
Yeah, sequel, baby. That was the element of this movie that was like, hello, 1993, are you ready for the hottest superhero? Like,
they don't do an awful lot with it. I thought that it was going to be an opportunity, for example, for Johnny Storm to learn empathy.
Yeah.
The world had not yet learned it. That's 2012, I think, when we really started to debate.
Yeah, that's true.
I was also a little disappointed because also when they switched powers, they like forgot how to be a human being too. Like Sue just starts flailing and it's like, you've seen your brother on fire literally hundreds of times. Like you have to understand at least on some level what's happening. And then Mr. Fantastic at some point is just sort of mean to Johnny about it. And it's like, why don't you go stand over there so you don't mess up again? And it's like, what? This isn't his fault. What are you doing?
No, it's a shame that they don't find anything to do with it. It's not even like they use it. Oh, do they use it in the sense that Johnny ends up getting all of their powers so he can
the final
take on
fight
Doom at the end?
with Doom, he's like ultimate Johnny.
The end of Secret Invasion happened.
Yeah. I kind of liked Ultimate Johnny, but I feel like where did he learn to master all these powers as well?
They spend the whole film being like, as soon as you switch powers, you have no idea what's going on with your body. And then he's like, but when I have all four, that's when the power of family is unlocked.
Family.
I did think that fight was really cool, though. And the way that he did use all four powers to defeat it, while his sister is dying on the street.
He can learn anything except for being nice. That's it. Like,
oh yeah, especially in that final scene with the wedding and the flowers, the bouquet being thrown, and then he just like, I was like, Johnny, really?
Which is an afterthought. They shot that after the main shoot to try and put a button on the end of the movie. And they thought, well, let's just make Johnny be a dick for the last scene.
Yeah.
You almost had an arc. Never mind.
I've learned nothing. Wink. Like,
right. Well, and especially that's the only time you see him, I guess, be romantically involved with the military lady. And I'm like, this is what you're going to do? At your sister's wedding? Like, it just... What did we learn from this movie?
Johnny got a Quiznos sponsorship, so that...
Well, had I known sandwiches were coming into play, it would be
toasted some.
Whoa!
See, it's brand center. I just went down the rabbit hole of the Little Caesars campaign where they give you a pizza that's 4 different... Have you seen this?
No.
The Fantastic Four Little Caesars pizza is...
What?
So it's like cheese. That's one of the Fantastic Four is cheese.
My favorite Fantastic Four, cheese.
Pepperoni and jalapeno, which I assume is Johnny.
Oh.
And then sausage is the 4th quadrant, which I assume is the thing. I really... Like, trying to actually map these to...
Which one is Sue in that lineup?
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, is Sue the cheese because of the invisible toppings?
Yeah.
Or is that Mr. Fantastic because cheese is stretchy? But then why would Sue be... Would the pepperonis be little force fields for the pizza to keep it safe?
Just everyone Google it in your car right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Definitely don't do that. Allegedly, GMTM.
Now it's time for Random Trivia.
So, Dan, what fantastic piece of trivia was heralded by the Silver Surfer to you today?
Well, during the wedding scene, we have a Stan Lee cameo. So he shows up to the wedding, trying to attend the wedding, but he gets turned away because they can't find him on the list, or they don't believe he's Stan Lee or something. I'm not sure. But apparently, according to the director, this is a direct reference to the comics, because in the comics showing Sue and Reed's wedding, an illustrated Jack Kirby and Stan Lee are trying to get into the wedding, and they're wearing like top hats, apparently. You can't really see them, and they don't mention their names, but I think it's like accepted that it's supposed to be Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. So it's kind of cool that they got that into the movie.
Yeah, it's a nice little reference.
Yeah, I do miss the Stan Lee cameos and all of the movies.
I do too.
Just like that consistency, because they were always funny,
Yeah.
And like as the movies got more serious, you could still rely on Stan Lee to just be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Just something happened.
Yeah. I miss them.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I had another piece of ridiculous trivia. So Julian McMahon, who plays Dr. Doom, he's an Australian actor. But did you know way back in 1993, age, I think 25, he's in 2 Danny Minogue music videos as like the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend. And you can see him in the song This Is the Way, and also the song This Is It. I don't know what's up with the titles of songs by Danny Minogue.
Being very generic
at the time. But in This Is the Way.
This is a song.
In This Is the Way, you can see Julian McMahon chopping wood, pouring water over himself, and painting. And that is it.
Of course.
The 3 activities that men do.
Yes.
They do.
Can't argue with that.
This must have been from Kylie's Impossible Princess period.
No, this is Danny. This is his sister, Danny Minogue.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's worse.
Just as popular. Danny Minogue.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know she had a sister. There you go.
I thought you misspoke when you said it, and I was like, well, I certainly can't correct trivia because I had never heard of Danny Minogue.
Right.
And now I'm...
Oh, no.
Now the Americans are the assholes, surprising no one.
I'm not the Kylie Minogue expert, so I was like, I will kind
Yeah, I absolutely was like, this is not my arena. I cannot say anything, but...
Yeah, she
Wow.
tried to follow in the footsteps of her sister. Not as big. She did the same things. She was in acting. She was also she did music. She was pretty big in Australia though. So,
Sorry?
but and maybe UK. I don't know. Conrad, was she big over there?
It was like one song and then she was gone,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley Simpson. Nailed it in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that trivia.
Nailed it.
We always like to talk about the music score. How do people feel about the music stylings of John Ottman, who was riding high at the time because, of course, he was doing all of the X-Men movies, another successful franchise at this period?
Yeah. Didn't we just hear him in Superman Returns?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
We heard him aping John Williams pretty effectively, I thought, whereas this is entirely his own work. But I have a problem with it. I can't take this score seriously. All I can hear is, I've looked it up, it's called the Beer Barrel Polka. I know it as the British pub song Roll Out the Barrel. So every time I hear the Fantastic Four theme tune, do, 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 I'm singing Roll Out the Barrel.
Right.
And expecting people to be banging mugs of beer on the counter.
Make it a better movie.
Yeah, could do. I mean, it's happy, it's celebratory. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I didn't find the score very memorable.
No.
I can't really recall it.
If you have 4 characters and none of them have a recognizable theme, that's not on us. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it does have techno loops, which is very 2007.
Johnny Storm is all about the techno loop.
Yeah, I appreciated that. It was very Jason Bourne Moby.
Yeah. I don't even recall that.
Do you not?
You mentioned the music, and I was like, I
The noise?
didn't know it was there. Genuinely, I could not pick out any moment
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, that was cool.
No, there was nothing that's really stood out at all.
Even on the soundtrack album, the songs, Mr. Fantastic's dance scene.
Oh, that dance scene. Could we just take that away?
I was so hoping we wouldn't talk about it. It was just so challenging. I know we talked very well about the special effects, and I do think they were really beautifully done. Watching him stretch made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think it was him wrapping his human body around other humans that I was just like, what are we doing now? What is happening?
I mean, I think his character is uncomfortable anyway. A big, stretchy dude. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
He also has this weird tech bro narcissist billionaire thing going on because although Tim Story talked about getting more of his inventing and gadget making in this movie because it wasn't in the original, so he makes things like the Fantastic Car, but he also exhibits some of the narcissism that we associate with modern day tech bros. Particularly, I hated his outburst to General Hager, who I think he has a beef with because he went to high school with him, and Hager used to be like a jock or something, and Reed says to him, I'm one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. I'm engaged to the hottest girl on the planet, and the big jock who played quarterback in high school is asking for my help.
Yeah.
And I think you're supposed to really admire him in this moment, but I just wanted to kill him before he created ChatGPT and destroyed democracy or something. And Sue Storm says to him, I'm so hot for you right now.
Yeah, fair.
That destroyed me. That was just, oh, I mean, I like Sue. Like, inherently, she seems like a good person. And in that moment, I was just like, please stop. Please never say this ever again.
Did that scene remind anyone else? Like somebody saw that scene in The Rock, like Carla was the prom queen scene, and like totally misunderstood why that was like funny, and was like, oh, I'll just do this, and like missed it.
Completely whiffed it.
But also reads a lot of Maxim. I guessing.
Right.
It's 2007.
It is, yeah.
FHM, maybe, I suppose.
It's so 2007.
I mean, I was surprised to see General Hager's played by Andre Braugher, who is... Yeah. I only know him as Captain Raymond Holt, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And it's. I know he's done a lot of roles in serious films, but I just can't take him seriously anymore. I just see him as Raymond Holt. I can't.
No, and I think that's totally reasonable, especially since he plays the less fun version of Raymond Holt in this movie. Yeah. He doesn't have any humor to him at all. He's like, no. I'm here to kick, but I don't know. Like, I couldn't exactly tell you what his goal was other than to catch the Silver Surfer and then not know what to do with him afterwards.
Yeah, melt him down, put him in a jar.
Well, they just started doing torture tactics on a humanoid alien with, remarkable power. Look, I've never tortured anybody. Let me put this on the record.
Right.
But I certainly wouldn't do a first attempt on an alien come to destroy the world.
That just swallowed a missile with his surfboard.
Right, in front of your eyes.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm busy, actually.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
What did people think of the Fantastica? There was a lot of sort of hype during the movie. It's like, oh, don't touch that. It's a special project. And then it's revealed at the end. I thought it was a bit disappointing. I thought it would be bigger.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to be impressed by a Fantasticar on screen. It's like a thing that will not translate to cinema. Please stop.
Yeah.
But also you're doing it in that not quite what it is way.
I mean, I think in the comics it's just like a rectangular box, right? It's quite
with hot
dumb looking
50s fins on the back.
Yeah.
Does it split into 3?
I enjoyed it when it did split into 3, and especially when they do the Fantastic Four logo at the end. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why there were 4 seats when Reed just expects Johnny to fly everywhere.
It's for passengers, right?
Yes.
It's for our single passenger.
Wolverine, you need a ride?
Or maybe Reed is actually thinking about the baby seat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think so much about baby seats and putting an infant seat rear facing in that and just trying to buckle. I mean, I guess it could work.
Any other big topics we haven't covered that you desperately wanted to say something about?
We haven't talked about The Thing.
Oh, yes.
In any meaningful detail, which is par for the course because they don't really give him any meaningful details.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about the editing specifically of a character like Ben Grimm in a big foam suit. How often, they have to stand as still as possible and rotate their whole body. And how often are you cut, soft fold, cut. Mm-hmm. You're crushed up to how much of his performance is just, this is the take we got because there were no folds. Thank you.
Yeah.
It just seems like a nightmare that Michael Chiklis had to what was his time in the makeup chair? 8 hours or something?
Oh, probably.
I think it's between 6 and 8. It was significant because they have to do the whole top of him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It feels weird to do all this work and then be perform as little as possible, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought there's still quite a lot of movement on his face.
Mm-hmm. He is so expressive, which is hilarious compared to Van Forstic, the next one. So I don't know what to call it. Van Forstic is the easiest way to tell you what I'm talking about.
I think it's the official name.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I knew exactly what you were talking about. So,
Bad Wig 2, the sequel.
For
Bad Wigging it again.
Yeah, she's got more than a zit to worry about in that movie. Good grief. Yeah, I do feel sorry for Ben because he doesn't really have an arc or anything because he's happily settled.
Yeah.
I think the stakes of the movie personally are all about whether they can have a relationship or not, or whether they want a relationship or not. Yeah. So Ben's got one. Sue wants to go to the next level. And Johnny's wondering whether even having one is a good idea. And he sort of gets wistful about it at one point and then thinks, nah.
Yeah.
And that's their arcs.
Yeah.
So because Ben has a girlfriend, they're kind of done with him.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of romances and read a lot of romance books. And so much of those stories are the will they get together? Won't they get together? What are the trials and tribulations of them getting together? And then it ends. They get together or they get married. And that's the story. And as somebody who has been in a relationship for 13 years, Sam and I have been together, it turns out there's a lot more after that. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on. And I think it is very often ignored under the guise of like, oh, well, they're happy, they're settled, like they're fine, which I do think is a reasonable way to couch it. But when the entire film is about their interpersonal relationships within the Fantastic Four, within the family, and then without of the family, it was kind of disingenuous to just have Ben be there and be like, no, I'm good. Like I have my beautiful girlfriend and that's all. And we just don't really get permission to care about him because he's not given anything. Even though he is like one of the titular like Fantastic Four characters.
Yeah.
And I think there is a like sincerity to him because he has more emotional bandwidth to give to the team because his romantic life is settled. And so he is really the one holding the team together.
We're a family. You keep saying family.
Right.
Am I not? Am I just a big rock guy?
You also forget that he's like a very good pilot. He's like also a superhero. He's extremely smart. He has a one-off line about how the Silver Surfer isn't a comet because the tail signature is wrong.
Yeah,
and you're like,
that's right.
Oh, you know what you're talking about. I literally wouldn't have guessed because you've said 4 words before this and it's yelling at Johnny.
Yeah.
Or growling at a bear. Don't forget he growls at a bear.
That was
at
dope.
one point.
That was awesome. So anyways, I really like The Thing is the moral of that story.
No, me too.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from the Movie Oubliette Theatre, it's the prestigious Mobley Awards.
Hey, it's the Movie Awards where we nominate our favourite giant crater creating parts of the film in a number of planet devouring categories.
Best quote.
Unfortunately, none of the quotes were like favorite in the like, oh yeah, like I connect with this on some level. It was just the like, oh man, the early 2000s was a challenging time. Okay. So again, the only quote I remember is they're not exotic dancers, they're just hot. Which really set the tone for Johnny's character, I guess. So it was good in that regard. And clearly memorable because while I did write it in my notes, I've not had to look at them. But no, that is as close as it comes to a favorite quote for me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Can I just say it's clobbering time and not say anything gross? Because I also was like actively not writing down a bunch of like, oh, that was misogynistic and disgusting. All right.
My favorite quote is from Johnny. So he's talking to Ben about Reed secretly making the whatever machine instead of planning for his wedding. And Johnny says, if Sue finds out, you're going to get an invisible kick in the nuts. And I feel like that would 100% happen as well.
Oh, yeah.
Best hair or costume.
I think my favorite was just the Silver Surfer, specifically without his board, when he does look more human. And then I didn't love them killing Sue at the end, only for her to be brought back mere seconds later. But the fact that the tarnish, so he uses his power and he starts getting tarnished when he's using it to save Sue, and then that tarnish stays through his like standoff with Galactus. I just thought that was a really amazing detail to have. And then the hyper branded Fantastic Four uniforms were great.
Yeah. I really like Doom.
Oh yeah.
You get the full Doom costume. He doesn't have a green cape though, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's like black or something. But yeah, the full metal everything, gauntlet and the boots and the mask. It's like, yes, that's what we kind of wanted in the first movie. We don't get it until this one, but he's great.
Yeah, I really like his mask. I think they slightly redesigned it
for
this
did.
movie compared to the previous one. But yeah, I remember I had an action figure of Dr. Doom when I was a kid. I didn't have any of the others, didn't know who he was.
Oh, yeah.
But I had one.
It's just a generically cool look, right? Like having the full metal mask and everything. And yeah, when you get the full reveal and you get him stepping on the surfboard, and you're just like, oh yeah, it's villain time.
I thought Ben Grimm was the best costume. They showed us the lengths you could take a practical suit to. It showed us you actually can't do like really nuts action with it, but you can get very emotive performances out of it. I found it very informative, I think, for that whole sort of, I don't know why I made an hourglass shape for a costume design.
Oh, we know how you feel about the thing now.
Them seams, though.
Most naughty moment.
The club scene.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I feel like every movie in the 90s, noughties had a dance scene.
Where you can like see the DJ in the background and you see everybody dancing. I mean, I guess also in the early aughts is when I started going to clubs, right? I started going in 2009. But yeah, it was very nostalgic of that time. I was like, did you know nightclubs exist? Let me show you.
My pick was going to be, was this the peak of tabloid TV and entertainment reporting that brutally targeted
news,
targeting women for their appearance?
I mean, we live in the world with TMZ right now. So.
Really? Is it still happening?
Yes.
Yeah, I will take E-News every day over TMZ.
Yeah.
Sorry, shots fired at TMZ.
Quite a 2006 thing for TV, but now we get it on social media, so it's great.
Yeah.
We've democratized it. An honorable mention, PDAs for 2006, personal digital assistants.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is there a lot of making out in this film? Did I miss
Pilot or
what happened?
Mackin? Where are we at?
Sorry. No, Reed Richards with his thumbs.
Favorite scene?
The scene in London where they're trying to get married, right? Like where everything like pops off and they all use their powers, and we're like, oh, we're back. Like that's the best scene in the movie, which is why they used it as a trailer and caused this whole other thing when this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I mean, I guess you've got the spectacle of a national landmark as well, which is kind of cool. And also the fact that Johnny tries to chase the Silver Surfer and he touches someone and they all get powers swapped and they have to still figure it out. But it was a great scene.
Yeah, it's quite fun watching it because I was looking at the characters, the extras in it, and thinking these don't look like British people. And then I thought, maybe they're tourists. Maybe that's the idea. But then when things start happening and they're in danger, they're like, oh, cool, blimey, governor. I thought, oh, okay. They are supposed to be British, okay.
Got a shepherd's pie for me, you big danger. Blessed day, Mr. Scrooge, thank you. I don't know why I turned into a 9-year-old Michael Caine at the end there.
Sometimes you just have
My
to.
name's Michael Caine.
Maybe that was the inspiration they were given, you know?
I hope it was. That's true auteur direction.
Yeah, I think that is also my favorite scene, just because it's the only time you see them
have fun,
work as a team, and use their powers.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, again, I don't think the Thing got enough credit in this movie, but like he's holding up the entire London Eye. Like, it really showcases how strong he is, and the fact that he ends up having to like lift it even higher. Like, it's the one time you see them use their powers other than Johnny flying. So I was pretty impressed by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most cliche moment.
Anything with Jessica Alba, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say kind of Sue
tough not
Storm.
Yeah, Sue Storm in quotes.
Was kind of the biggest cliche because just the way they treat her, but also the fact that she is the only person who talks to the Silver Surfer. Like, yes, she is also kind of the only one given the opportunity to, but then when other people try to interrupt it, she's like, no, like, let's hear him out. I don't know. It felt like a very, how do we write a woman character?
Yeah, I mean, extension to that, like the whole bimbo trope as well. Like all the women in the nightclub are just idiots.
How did we get through the 2000s with 4 men sitting in a room going, how do we get her out of the scene? Make her a dumbass? Love it.
Yeah.
What? That is really annoying.
Yeah.
Blech.
My biggest cliche is Pachelbel's canon for the wedding, because you've got
fair. That mathematically, I think you're right.
I mean, it is one of the legitimate wedding pieces of music that people use. Like I've attended weddings with that music, so it's like a world cliche.
Oh yeah,
not
it is.
just
The Black Parade. Everyone agrees.
But if their wedding was supposed to be as world changing as the news seemed to make it, you'd think maybe a little bit more originality.
Could use like Jessica Simpson or something.
Yeah. If they had Kylie Minogue sing, them down the aisle, I don't know.
Or Kylie's sister.
Best special effect.
Silver Surfer all day.
Yeah, Silver Surfer's pretty good. I would also say, Zoe mentioned it, but Galactus, that first shot of Galactus almost like devouring the Earth. Oh,
yeah.
That's
well, and specifically when Galactus is coming and he just gets rid of the rings of Saturn.
Yeah.
That was you didn't need to do that, but my gosh, I'm so happy you did. It was so
Galactus.
Beautiful. It gave you a sense of scale. It gave you enough of a sense of foreboding that he wasn't at Earth yet, but at that scale, he's pretty close. So I distinctly remember being that was great. I loved that part.
Yeah. Apparently you can see the helmet shadow on Saturn as well, apparently.
Oh, cool.
Favorite sound effect.
Mikey's already mentioned it, but Lawrence Fishburne's voice, or how they've manipulated it, sounds amazing. It's so bassy, but kind of metallic. It sounds alien. It sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Fills the room. Any sound system gets a workout with his voice in this movie in a really good way.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better have a subwoofer for Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Now, I really liked the Silver Surfer's noises, because again, it was all, I think, samples of bells and other warped sounds that had this magical cosmic sound to it, but also it was very metallic as well. I loved it.
Yeah.
How did they do such an amazing job on Silver Surfer? Toe to tip, the whole thing. And then that was the hair and eye color they chose for Sue.
Right.
Most funniest moment.
So it's the worst moment in the movie when they just kill Sue and then bring her back for another. It's the most awful, cynical. But the way it happens out of nowhere with Silver Surfer's there is one more ability I have that you do not know about. And now I have a patina.
Yeah.
I that.
Yeah.
That to me was dude, really? A second draft here, maybe?
The lack of gravity of that situation really was palpable. Of the
I felt
you knew Sue was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of unintentionally funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was laughing out of spite.
One scene I did want to mention is when Johnny gets out of the shower and he's hitting on Captain Ray.
Yeah.
And he's were you just waiting there for me to come out? And then he steams himself. He uses his fire powers to dry. I don't know. That's legitimately a good scene. It's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was a very clever use of their powers. I think both Sue and Johnny get to actually be hey, we do have these superpowers and we are just going to use them in our real life because why not?
Yeah.
But watching the steam come off of him, it also looked good. Not just because he was shirtless, but it didn't. It made sense. The steam seemed appropriate.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and that's our movie.
It is.
Hi, I'm Chris McKay. I'm the director of Renfield, and you're listening to Movie Oubliette.
Okay, it's time for the final verdicts. Should Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer be liberated from the oubliette to devour planets and be worshipped like a god of cinema? Or should it be pummeled by Ultimate Johnny's flaming rubber fist and be cosmic blasted back into the depths of the oubliette, never seen again? All right. Mikey, Zoe, would you recommend this movie to people?
No. I can already recommend. The new movie does all of this better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say that without thinking about it.
Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking about is the special effects.
Yeah.
Like, for the time period. I would suggest it in, like, a film class to study, like, individual scenes about special effects.
Right, yeah.
That's all I would suggest it for.
Yeah.
As, like, a sit-down movie, no. Absolutely not. You don't need to revisit the early 2000s. No one does. We all lived through them and somehow survived. We don't need to be reminiscent about that time.
Right. Yeah. Conrad.
This is another one of those cases where, you know, we pull something out of the oubliette that I saw on DVD in the aughts, and I have no memory of it whatsoever. And I watch it again, and I find things to appreciate about it and to admire about it, especially in contrast to what we're being served up in multiplexes now. But still, ultimately, I do realize why I completely forgot about it. It just doesn't do much. I mean, at least it's over an hour and a half, so there's that to recommend for it. You're not sat through 3 hours of it.
Very quick.
Yeah, but it doesn't do an awful lot with the characters, and I don't know. I just don't think there's anything particularly memorable about it.
Right. Well, I kind of liked it. It was it was surprisingly better than I remember it. It's a lot better than the first movie. The first movie is quite boring. There's not much happens in it.
Yes.
This movie ups up the action. I like seeing the powers in every day. I like the funny moments, the comedy. Yes, there's lots of problematic moments in this movie, and some of the characters don't really age that well. I like the cosmic aspect and the kind of grey area of good versus evil. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually, I would recommend this movie. But you kind of have to watch the first movie to get this movie, and I wouldn't recommend the first movie. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's your answer. That is the answer.
As somebody who didn't watch the first movie before watching the second movie, it is extremely jarring to just sort of hop into this adventure.
Yeah, they really just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's jarring even if you have watched the first movie. It's like, well, hang on, why are they famous? Like, how many people have they saved?
Yeah.
Like, did we see that in the time? I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I still would recommend this movie. I think maybe it's a guilty pleasure for me. Maybe I'm just thinking, oh, this is just one of those movies that I know is bad, but I still enjoy. But yeah.
Again, I think it holds a place in like cinema history because like we were talking about where it lines up with like super dark Batman right before Iron Man. Like it is kind of an interesting pice of history.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not excited to show it to my daughter in like 15 years or something. I'm not going to be like, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's not one that's on the shelf of movies they must see.
Yeah, we're not passing it down the family line, no.
Sure.
No. Well, we better check in with our patrons to find out what they thought.
Yes. Hello, Gary.
Hello.
Patrons vote, please.
They've thrown it back.
Oh, they agreed with everyone else, but me.
Yep. 83%
Wow.
of the patrons said, let the Galactus fart cloud consume it and spit it out to the surfboard. So
alternate ending.
Yes. Chizilla said, if a film doesn't interest me in 15 minutes, I stop watching. I gave this one 30 because I was curious how long I would have to watch a white blur drilling holes before the Silver Surfer was revealed. When he was finally shown, it was a CGI mess.
Oh.
As much as I was looking forward to leching on Jessica Alba in the skin-tight uniform, I just couldn't stand to watch any longer. Leave it in the oubliette. Jasmine said, If you ask me at any time what I feel is the worst superhero movie of all time, I will immediately say the 2005 Fantastic Four movie.
Yes.
So I went into the 2007 sequel armed with a machete, ready to hack it to pieces. However, I was surprised to find that beyond the scenery chewing by the recently late Julian McMahon, I did not find it all that bad. I mean, it had to be better than the 2005 film, but it was just barely good enough that I would reluctantly set it free, with the caveat that the despicable 2005 and the 2015 versions stay in the oubliette where they belong.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Jasmine. And finally, Wicked Person said, the more movie oubliette I listen to, oddly, the more I trust the masses to forget films that are extremely forgettable.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Some films are forgotten for a reason.
Yes.
This podcast is better than the movie. On every metric. So like that to me feels like a day well spent.
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's set it free. I mean, sorry, let's throw it back. Sorry. Let's throw it back.
You're trying to overrule us again,
You can't just slide that in there like we weren't all listening.
Bit of hypnosis going on. Let's throw it back.
All right, come here.
Why are you trying to destroy us?
Okay, well, Zoe and Mike, it was amazing having you back on the show again and to talk about something not Kevin Costner related. An absolute blast. Where can people hear more from you and see more of your reviews and so on?
You can watch anything on FilmJoy, the old episodes of Deep Dive with me and Zoe, and you can also watch my show Movies of Mikey on youtube.com/FilmJoy. And Zoe has a podcast about Little Caesars Pizza.
Actually,
sorry, me and Zoe just started a podcast about Little Caesars endorsements.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I don't really do social media much anymore, but I will talk about my beautiful boy, Sam Winkler, whose video game is coming out in September, Borderlands 4. So you should play that, and please be nice to him on the internet, or else I get really grumpy.
She does.
That's all I have.
I get grumpy too. Be nice to Sam. He's great.
It's always so lovely to see you guys and talk about bad movies. Or, no, this was a bad movie.
You
so
can
I'm
call
right.
this one bad. Yeah, we're good.
But I do appreciate getting slightly away from the Kevin Costner epic poems of it all, because the last few movies have been pretty long. So a tight 90 was a gift.
That's right. Yeah.
It was.
Okay, and listeners, if you want to follow Movie Oubliette, we are everywhere as Movie Oubliette, and you can email us at movie.oubliette@gmail.com.
And if you want to support the show, head on over to Patreon, where for as little as $1 you can get extra bonus material, and for $5 you can vote on the final verdict and get exclusive minisodes.
Yes. Thank you for all the support, patrons. We do have merchandise on Redbubble and a YouTube channel. And also, if you haven't already, give us a rating and review on whatever platform you're listening to us on.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, Conrad, what is the film we're doing next?
Well, it won't be you.
Yeah. I'm going to be on holiday.
Yes, a well-earned break, but a special guest co-host will be joining me to take a look at the 1987 Australian science fiction film, The Time Guardian.
I have not heard of this movie.
No, neither had I. But it turns out that Dean Stockwell and Carrie Fisher are in it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That should be very interesting.
Yeah, I am intrigued. It's all part of the Ozploitation sci-fi boom of the 80s.
Yeah, it's a boom that for some reason no one has seen as well. Like a lot of these movies I've never heard of.
No, me neither. So it should be really fun to delve into it.
Yeah, great. And also, listeners, you will be in good hands with our stand-in guest.
Yes, a friend of the pod, so we are safe.
All right. Thanks again to Mikey and Zoe for joining us on this episode. Until next time, listeners, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
us and the one of the movie oubliette.
Did you know I can create a force field inside someone's body and expand it until they explode?